Hi guys, Sam here. Welcome back to my brand new channel where we talk all things budgeting, planning, saving money, and my family's journey to financial freedom. Today's video I wanted to do kind of like a breakdown of all of our debt, so debt confessions if you will. Kind of going over the past little over 2 years of this debt-free journey that my husband and I have been on, how we've made changes to Dave Ramsey's financial freedom journey. We have not been doing it exactly how he wants you to do it. I feel like if we went that route, we would not have been able to stick to it. So we took a lot of what Dave Ramsey teaches and incorporated it into our journey, but then we've also fine-tuned it, if you will, based off of our family's needs. Took little bits from Jordan Page, from the Budget Mom, and again made it work with our family situation. So I'm gonna insert a split screen here and then just go over our journey for these past 2 years and take you along with us. And you'll see kind of going through the debts that I'm listing here. This is 2 years ago, so we were still learning, trying to decide between the debt snowball or the avalanche method, and we kind of did both. It didn't make sense to me paying all this extreme amount of interest if I'm going through the debt snowball method. So there were certain times where we did the debt snowball and then other times where it made more sense to do the avalanche, so paying off the debt with the highest amount of interest. Because again, once I understood how the compound interest worked with credit card, it just made me cringe realizing how much money I was throwing at these credit card companies, because I was only paying our minimum payment every month and then we were just not getting out from under it. So you'll see kind of as I'm listing everything down here how we were bouncing back and forth, and that worked great for us. So we're gonna start with our Care One credit card, and I'm gonna list everything based off of the balance January 2020 when we first started. And that balance was $1,108 with a minimum payment of $25. Next up, I have our Venture card, and that was at $16.96. Also, our minimum payment of $25. We have our Capital One number one. Yes, we have 2 of those. Then we had our Citi card with a minimum payment of $40 a month. Next up, we have Venture card number 2. You'll start to see a lot of our debt is Capital One related. Yes, and that was $4,317. Then we have good old Amazon. Frustratingly enough, was one of those cards that we paid off multiple times, but I never got rid of the card. I lied. I got rid of the card, cut it up, like we did a whole post on Facebook. Hey, look at all credit cards we cut up. Still have it saved on my wallet, on my iPhone. So it was just so easy to, so it's been paid off like 3 different times and just keeps racking back up. But I will say, as of this past year, it's officially done. It's done. Amazon was at $5,000 and that minimum payment was $55. Next up, I have our Lending Club. And the Lending Club was a personal loan that we took out for debt consolidation, and it was Venture card number 1, because the interest on that first card was like 29.9999%. No lie, it was ridiculous. And this was a year before. At that time, that credit card had like $8,000 on it and could not get out from under it because of how high the interest rate was. So we took out the personal loan from Lending Club to pay off that credit card. And so Lending Club, $6,213 with a minimum payment of $283. Next up we have Kitsap, which is a credit union bank that we took out a auto loan. Is it still an auto loan if it's a bike? Motorcycle? And I got that as a 10-year anniversary gift for my husband. And that was $7,924. And that minimum payment was $100. Then we have, through the same credit union, auto loan for my GNC. And again, as of January of 2020, that total was $11,213, the minimum payment of $379. We then have our Quicksilver, again, Capital One. Our Quicksilver card, and that balance was $13,000. Yes, friends, $13,200. Did I say that? Just kidding. That was $13,922. And that minimum payment that we set up for ourselves was $200, because at the point that we got that, I realized how much interest we were paying. And that credit card there, we actually did get March, same year when we first started. And I know it's a no-no, you're not supposed to do that, but when I found out how much money we were paying on interest for our timeshare in Mexico, yeah, we got one of those as well. And we've been paying on it for like almost 5 years at this point. So we got the Quicksilver credit card and consolidated. We had another personal loan through Chase. I consolidated the personal loan and the timeshare loan. And then at this point, we had been working on our credit score for the last like 6 years and finally got up to where our credit was not excellent, but great. So I knew we had a very good chance of qualifying for a 0% interest rate on something so that we could transfer the loans onto this new credit card and then not pay interest for, you know, X amount of months. So that way we could throw all of our extra money, everything was going to go on this credit card, so that way we didn't accrue any additional interest rate on it. So that's what we did for the Quicksilver, and so far best decision I've made, because it saved us thousands of dollars in interest. Next up, we have my student loan. I do have an associate's in business administration. That's what that student loan is for. And minimum payment is $75. Last one here is American Credit Union. And I'm not gonna put a starting balance yet. I'm gonna come back to that here in just a second. And that minimum payment is $440. Okay, bear with me. I'm gonna come back to this. So as of January 22, we have paid off the Care One credit. You could say our debt payment, now we have $25 to go towards the debt Snowball. Venture credit has been paid off. The Capital One #1 has been paid off. City card has been paid off. Venture card #2 has been paid off. Amazon has officially been paid off for the last time and removed from my wallet. Lending Club has been paid off. Kitsap Bike has been paid off. Kitsap Car has been the most recent, and outside of my student loan, which is deferred now to May, outside of our student loan, would have made us officially debt-free as of September 2021. So 4 months ago. I shit you not, we paid off this car, the final payment September 2021. 6 weeks later, the engine crapped out. This is a 2015 GMC Terrain. Took it to an automotive shop. They advised us to get rid of it. Get rid of it now while you could still get something out of it, versus any day now, your engine will go out. So it's gonna be at least $8,000 to get a new engine in there, not including labor. 6 weeks after we paid it off. Lo and behold, the American Credit Union. That bad boy is $28,278. Oh, I'm sorry. February of this past year, so almost a year ago, we had our vehicle number 2 crap out on us. This was a Chevy Traverse, and that was all paid out, you know, cash, second vehicle. So at this point now, 6 months apart, we had 2 vehicles crap out on us, and we both decided enough was enough. We're not gonna have the same situation where we invest our time and our money into another vehicle that was going to have issues again after it's been paid off. We both decided we were not going to do that again, and we got a Toyota Tundra. It is not the truck that I wanted. We both wanted a Chevy Silverado. That was our dream truck. But I didn't want to have this scenario again where we put all of our money and effort and time into this vehicle, and then 4 or 5 years later, once it's all paid off, having the same situation, have some kind of engine issue or whatever, and then start all over again. Toyota holds its value. It's, you know, I can sell it in 4 years and get at the very, very minimum half of what I paid for it. So we bit the bullet and we got an older year than I wanted to. Now, if we had purchased the Chevy Silverado, I would have bought a 2020, but we got the Toyota, we got a Tundra, 4-wheel drive. That minimum payment was not gonna work for my budget. So we got a 2015, $28,000 after the trade-in for my GMC Terrain. And so, yes, instead of having only my student loan on our debt now we have the Tundra. So I know. Trust me, I know. Anyways, back to this. The venture card that was already paid off then turned our Snowball to $50 with the Capital One, now $85. With the Citi card, it continued to $125, and you can see how the debt snowball continued to grow based off of everything that we paid off. So really, my debt snowball should be $990 right now, but just kidding, that is not applicable. And that brings us to our Quicksilver, which is so close. Let me do this. Let me not. Let's see. It's so close to getting paid off right now. I have $924 remaining on that card. Then my student loan is currently at $5,481. This is crazy. That's a lot of damn debt. 1108 plus 1696, 1844, 3219, 4317, 5884, 6213, 7924, 11213, 13922. So we had close to $60,000 worth of debt January 2020. I'm not going to count the American credit because that just happened. So 57,340. And our debt snowball, or what we were paying $1,265 a month. Which brings me back to why this started in the first place. So December 2020, we were looking at the possibility of purchasing our first home. And the main reason why I couldn't even consider that possibility was because of how much we were left. I mean, we were cash broke. So we were living paycheck to paycheck. Yes, we made decent money, but we had so much friggin' debt that it was like, how in the world are we gonna, be able to afford a mortgage? Like, I was looking at my minimum payments that I was going towards debt, which didn't even cover nothing because, again, interest rates were so high that the almost $1,300 that we were paying out on our minimum payments was going towards the interest. So that is what made me infuriated that I couldn't. Again, I put myself in this situation, so I can't blame no one but myself, but I couldn't stand the fact that I couldn't purchase a home because the mortgage was going towards debt. So that's what made me talk my husband into his financial journey. So again, this is what, hold on, let me see. So 924 plus 5481. So I'm gonna put down what it should be versus what it is now. So starting balance should be $57,340 with our minimum payment $1,265. So our current balances should be $6,405 with our debt snowball at $990 for that remaining balance. Instead, what we have now is, let's say, $57,340 minus the $11,213 for that GMC, and we're gonna add $28,278 plus that $13,000 for our trade-in value for it. So we have $87,405. Then we have the $1,265 minus the $380 for the car plus $440 for the truck, $1,325. Okay, and so we have $28,278 plus $6,405. So our new balance is $34,683, and our debt snowball is back at $610. So this is what we are working with. I see that 87,000 is just like, good Lord, but 30-something thousand of it is the new truck, so I gotta get that out of my brain. I mean, it's still debt, but we're down to almost 35,000. So we got a 5-year loan on that truck. I'm putting it out into the universe right now. We're gonna pay that bad boy off in 3 years. Yes, 3 years. And you gonna watch. I'm gonna make it happen. Speaking it out into the universe, manifesting and all that. I'm sorry. Anyways, yes, that is our debt confessions. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button, post any questions you might have for me down below. And again, don't judge. It's not cute. Don't judge. If you enjoy videos going over the financial struggles and steps to reverse it and all of that fun stuff, follow along as I figure out all of this. Until next time, bye.